Hi, I'm John Stevenson, and we're going to be looking at Psalm 12, where we read of true and false words. Psalm 12 begins with a superscription, for the choir director upon an eight-stringed lyre. We've seen that sort of superscription already earlier in the Psalms. It's a Psalm of David, and now the psalm itself begins, "Help, Lord, for the godly man ceases to be, for the faithful disappear from the sons of men." Notice the parallelism there: the godly man, the faithful, speaking of the same person, and the problem is that the godly man ceases to be. The faithful disappear from among the sons of men. You look for the faithful, you look for the godly, and they're nowhere to be seen. It reminds me a little of the story of Elijah. Remember how Elijah had stood firm against the king, against the people, fire from heaven, no rain. But then at the end of that, when all was said and done, he goes down into the presence of God and he says, "Lord, I'm the only one left." No, God tells him, "No, you think you are. There's some that haven't bowed the knee to Baal. There are some faithful, but you can't see that." And the psalmist, as he's singing this, remember this is a song. It's on a eight-string lyre, somewhere between a six-string and a 12-string guitar. Um, as he's singing this song, he feels. He looks around. He says, "Where are the godly? Where are the faithful? They seem to have vanished. They seem to have become an extinct species." And so he says, they speak falsehood. Now, he's not talking about the godly. He's talking about this other voice, those who speak falsehood to one another with flattering lips and with a double heart. Remember how James talks about the double minded man? Literally, that's the double souled man. Same idea here. With a double heart, they speak. Um, and may the Lord cut off all the flattering lips. Notice two references to flattering lips here. And the tongue that speaks of great things, not great good things, but great bad things, great things against God. And that's clear in the rest of the line. Who have said, "With our tongue we will prevail. Our lips are our own. Who is Lord over us?" And so these are all the words of the false ones, the words of falsehood, the ones who go against the Lord. And notice at the root of their question is this: who is Lord over us? They're saying, "I am captain of my own fate. Nobody can tell me what to do. No one can tell me what to say." And so, therefore, their words go unabated in rebellion against God and against God's people. And so, notice there's a new quote. This is not still the quote of the false ones, because of the devastation of the afflicted. Now God is speaking, and notice He's speaking on behalf of the afflicted. Because of the devastation of the afflicted, because of the groaning of the needy. Notice those are the same two groups, the afflicted and the needy. Now I will arise, says the Lord. So God speaks, and when God speaks, everyone listens. And he continues, "I will set him in the safety for which he longs." The he and the him, that's speaking of the afflicted and the needy. God is going to take care of them. He speaks on their behalf. He says, I've got them covered. I will set him in safety for the safety for which he longs. I will bring that about. And then we come to the close, and we're already at the close of this short little psalm. "The words of the Lord are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of the earth, refined 7 times." Notice the words of the Lord are described in terms of being pure. They are described in terms of being refined, but notice, to get that refinement, it has to go through a furnace. Um, and the psalmist is feeling like he's the one in the furnace. He looks around. I'm the only one here, and I'm not here enjoying it. I'm here sort of burning up. but but there's a promise here. We're not done yet. The refinement is taking place. And so, verse 7, there's a promise of protection. "You, O Lord, will keep them. You will preserve him from this generation forever." So, this promise, but then we get to verse 8, and you say, well, what a note on which to close. Notice verse 8 goes, verse 7 had said, look, you will keep them, you'll preserve them. But verse 8, we close with the words of the wicked. The wicked strut about on every side. When vileness is exalted among the sons of men, and you say, well, wait a minute, couldn't we end on an upbeat note? Why are we ending here? And it reminds me of the story of the crucifixion where the day comes to a close and Jesus has been placed on the cross, and there are those who are around him that are hurling insults and rebuke and mockery. And it's almost as though the Lord is saying, in the words of that old sermon, yes, it's Friday, and all these things are taking place. It's Friday, but Sunday is coming. And there's hope beyond the horizon.